protest the brutal killing of Hindu men in Udaipur and Amravati by Muslim men, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad on Saturday took out a Samvidhan Sankalpa Yatra. Waving the tricolour, other Hindu groups and many sadhus too took part in the protest march. The march began from Mandi House and ended at the iconic Jantar Mantar. Slogans like "The nation will be run by the constitution and not by Sharia law or jihad" was heard during the march. At least 16 people have died in the flash flood triggered by a cloudburst in Jammu and Kashmir's Ganderbal district. The victims were camping near the Amarnath cave shrine when the cloudburst occurred at around 6 p.m. on Friday. The flash flood washed away a part of the camp. Meanwhile, 15,000 people were safely rescued by the administration. The BSF has once again foiled Pakistan's nefarious plot. It brought down a drone which had come from Pakistan towards India at the international border in Amritsar. A bag was recovered in the operation in which a large amount of drugs was found. In a major breakthrough, security forces have arrested a hybrid terrorist associated with terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba in Baramulla district. The terrorist has been identified as Iqbal Bhatt, a resident of Tilgam Pain. Incriminating materials including one pistol, a pistol magazine and 7 rounds of ammunition was also recovered from him. As per the police, the terrorist had been actively involved in providing logistic support for terrorist activities. The flood situation in Assam continues to remain grim. Nearly 9 lakh people in 11 districts of the state are reeling under it and 190 people have died so far. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has said that as many as 30 to 40,000 houses have been damaged in the state due to the floods. Conveying this to Union Home Minister Amit Shah during a meeting, the Assam CM has sought an advance amount from the National Disaster Response Fund for the rehabilitation of the flood-hit people whose houses were severely or fully damaged. The situation in Sri Lanka is becoming worse. While the opposition parties have upped the ante, demanding the resignation of beleaguered President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, thousands of protesters surrounded the president's residence in one of the largest anti-government marches in the country, as per media reports. Meanwhile, President Rajapaksa is said to have fled his official residence in Colombo on Saturday. Notably, the island nation has suffered through months of food and fuel shortages, lengthy blackouts, and galloping inflation. India on Saturday observed a one-day national mourning over the death of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The national flag was flown at half-mast throughout the country on all buildings where it is flown on a regular basis. Shinzo Abe was assassinated in Japan's Nara city on July 8 while he was addressing a political meet. A man in his 40s has been arrested by the Japanese police for allegedly shooting the former PM. Elon Musk, the chief executive officer of Tesla, has stated that he was terminating his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter because the social media company had failed to provide information about fake accounts. Meanwhile, Twitter has said that the board was committed to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Elon Musk. It added that they are planning to pursue legal action to enforce the merger agreement. Pakistan's economic situation has been worsening. Now, the Shehbaz Sharif government has approved an increase in natural gas prices in the range of 43% to 235% with effect from July 1 to recover 660 billion Pakistani rupees from the majority of domestic and other categories of consumers. Meanwhile, the Pakistan government's total debt has increased by 15.3% in the first 11 months of the current fiscal year. The federal government's total debt in June 2021 was 38.704 trillion Pakistani rupees, which jumped to 44.638 trillion in May 2022, as per media reports. 18,840 fresh COVID-19 cases were registered in a day in India. as per the Union Health Ministry update on Saturday. Also, 43 people succumbed to the viral disease in 24 hours. On the other hand, the number of active cases in the country has increased to 1,25,028, while the recovery rate was 98.51%. Meanwhile, the ICMR has asked people to be careful and follow COVID protocols.